Hi, my name is Annie, and welcome to the Walking Word, where we go through the Holy Bible in a year as part of discipling. Um, we are currently in the book of First Samuel. First Samuel, we're in chapter 12, and these are the warnings that Samuel is giving the Israelites concerning having a king. So he's reiterating what God already told them earlier. If you can remember what the warnings are and which became law, because the word of the law is eternal and it is law, is that the king has rights, right? But we see the reiteration here, and this really speaks to the integrity of Samuel. He reiterates what God has said. Okay, First Samuel chapter 12. Samuel addressed all Israel. I have granted your request in every respect, he said. I have set a king over you, and now the king is your leader. As for me, I am old and gray and have sons among you. I have lived with you from my youth to the present day. Here I stand. Answer me in the presence of the Lord and his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Whose ass have I taken? Whom have I cheated? Whom have I oppressed? From whom have I accepted a bribe and overlooked his guilt? I will make restitution to you. They replied, You have neither cheated us, nor oppressed us, nor accepted anything from anyone. So he said to them, The Lord is witness against you this day, and his anointed as well, his anointed being Saul, that you have found nothing in my possession. He is my witness. They agreed. So this is the thing I really find beautiful with many of the prophets of the Lord. We saw it with Moses. We're seeing it now with Samuel. We'll also see it with Paul in, Saul who changed to Paul on his way to Damascus. We'll see it in the New Testament as well, and a couple of other prophets along the way where they make their claim before the people. Have I done anything? Like when they're washing their hands off, when they're finishing off the purpose God gave them. You see them literally having this conversation with the people like, have I offended you? Give me time. Give me an opportunity to make restitution for it. And they literally wash their hands off. Joshua also had such a similar exhortation before his death, where he was just reiterating the laws of the Lord. And also he was just like, just remember to worship God is not easy. But for me and my house, as we choose to worship him forever and ever. So this is a beautiful thing to emulate, that even when you're winding up your day with God and before you sleep, if there's any way I've offended anyone, Lord, forgive me, reveal it to me, give me an opportunity to make good by you. And I just find it like a good habit. And I see a lot of the prophets do the same. So now that the people witness, yes, Samuel, you've served your purpose, you've done your best, cool. Then Samuel continues upbraiding the people. Continuing, Samuel said to the people, The Lord is witness, who appointed Moses and Aaron, and who brought your fathers up from the land of Egypt. Now therefore take your stand, and I shall arraign you before the Lord, and shall recount for you all the acts of mercy the Lord has done for you and your fathers. When Jacob and his sons went to Egypt and the Egyptians oppressed them, your fathers appealed to the Lord, who sent Moses and Aaron to bring them out of Egypt, and he gave them this place to live in. But they forgot the Lord their God, and he allowed them to fall into the clutches of Sisera, the captain of the army of Jabin, king of Hazor, into the grasps of the Philistines, and into the grip of the king of Moab, who made war against them. Each time they appealed to the Lord and said, We have sinned in forsaking the Lord and worshipping Baals, many lords, many gods, and Ashtaroth. This is lukewarmness, double worshipping. But deliver us now from the power of our enemies, and we will worship you. Accordingly, the Lord sent Jerubbaal. Jerubbaal, remember Jerubbaal is Gideon? Yes, the other name for Gideon. Barak, Jephthah, and Samson. These were the previous judges of Israel. He delivered you from the power of your enemies on every side, all round about. So when God does deliverance from you, He doesn't just do one place. He gives you rest round about. And when you find yourself in a situation where there's a part of your life, a very specific part of your life where you're not finding rest, chances are God is training you. Yes, it can be the devil's attack, but most of the time it's God training you up for something. Okay. And sometimes God can allow the enemy to torment you in this particular place. And because our God, our Father, is always a million steps ahead of the enemy, God allows it to be training ground for you. So everything works out for your good for those who are within His purpose. Okay. So, verse 11, accordingly, the Lord sent Jerubbaal, which is Gideon, Barak, Jephthah, and Samson. He delivered you from the power of your enemies on every side, so that you were able to live in security. Yet, when you saw Nahash, king of the Ammonites, advancing against you, you said to me, not so, but a king must rule us, even though the Lord your God is your king. So don't forget, at the end of the day, you guys have given man this opportunity to rule over you. You don't know what you're losing. But if that's what you want, Samuel is like, okay, but let me remind you what the warnings are for having a king. Now you have a king that you want, a king the Lord Himself has given you. If you fear the Lord and worship Him, if you are obedient to Him and do not rebel against the Lord's commands, if both you and the king who rules you follow the Lord your God, well and good, you'll be fine. As long as you and your king follow the Lord, you'll be fine. But if you do not obey the Lord, and if you rebel against His command, the Lord will deal severely with you and your king and destroy you. Now then, stand ready to witness the great marvel of the Lord is about to accomplish before your eyes. Are we not in the harvest time for wheat? Yet I shall call to the Lord, and He will send thunder and rain. Thus you will see and understand how greatly the Lord is displeased that you have asked for a king. Samuel then called to the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day. The prophets of old, when certain people have the authority to make God move in a certain direction. And this power is actually also, you see, like the way Joshua made the sun stand still. We'll see later on, Elijah makes, by his word and a conversation with God, he makes sure it doesn't rain for 3 years. When you see Samuel ensuring that thunder and rain has been sent that day, when certain tongues have the power to make God move in a certain direction, those are anointed tongues. And parents also have this voice. What you speak to your child, what you speak and proclaim over them, you have the power to make God do that very thing upon this child's life. Anyway, let's continue. We are, verse 18. So Samuel then called to the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day. As a result, all the people dreaded the Lord and Samuel. They dreaded the Lord and they also dreaded Samuel. They said to Samuel, pray to the Lord your God. Pray to the Lord your God for us, your servants, that we may not die for harvesting, for having added to all our other sins the evil of asking for a king. Do not fear, Samuel answered them. It is true you have committed all this evil. You have chosen someone else. You've chosen man to be your leader. Still, you must not turn from the Lord, but must worship Him with all your heart. Do not turn to meaningless idols, which can neither profit nor save. Idols never profit or save us. They are nothing. For the sake of His own great name, the Lord will not abandon His people. Remember, God, I won't abandon you because of my name. And his name is, I will always be there for you until the end of time. That's his name. I am the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I'm the Alpha and Omega. When I start a new thing in you, I will complete it. That's his name and his nature. So he won't just change his character and his name because of your bad behavior. For the sake of his own great name, the Lord will not abandon his people, since the Lord himself chose to make you his people, peculiarly his own. As for me, far be it from me to sin against the Lord by ceasing to pray for you and to teach you the good and right way. But you must fear the Lord and worship him faithfully with your whole heart. Keep in mind the great things he has done among you. If instead you continue to do evil, both you and your king shall perish. It's reiterated again. We move to chapter 13, where we now see Saul and David.